Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's pour. Tonight's pour is going to be a Hot Wheels themed one. Yes, I'm on a roll. I'm doing them. Hot Wheels roll, it's all that good stuff. So I'm going to do the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo, and we're going to do. I've done this one before, and it turned out really great. I had a lot of compliments that everybody that came into my booth and saw it, they pointed out, "Oh, the Scooby-Doo." It finally sold. It kind of surprised me how long it took to sell, but it finally did sell. And so I bought another one because I wanted to do another one, because it's like that one event, all my, kind of iconic vehicle ones were selling that day. The Ghostbusters, the Scooby-Doo van, the Back to the Future. It was just wild how it just seemed like that show, everybody was for those. So I wanted to do another one. So that's what we're going to do tonight, because I got a show coming up in a couple weeks and I want it in my booth. So I'm doing a white background with the red, yellow, and this kind of aqua green, I guess you could say it is. So I'm going to show you my products that I'm going to use through the whole process. Artist Loft white, I buy it in the quartz. Artist Loft red. And then for the yellow, I'm using Master's Touch lemon yellow. And for the aqua green, it's actually a bright aqua green by Liquitex. So those are the products I'm using. Now, I also mix every color with Floetrol made by Flood. So I buy the gallon. It's the second video I've done that where it's backwards. So I do the Flood Floetrol, or it's just Floetrol made by Flood, and always get the latex one. There's a different one, I can't remember what it is, but don't get that one. It's the latex one that you need. And then the resin I'm going to use, and this is I haven't opened this one up yet, but it's this one is the Pro Marine epoxy resin. So this is the epoxy, and then you have to mix in the hardener as well. So I buy it in a 2-gallon kit, and I'll be cracking this one open later after I get done with this to do the one back here. And so those are all the products I'm using. The canvases I'm using, I'm not going to show you you'll see the canvas here in a second, but it's Artist Loft, and it's a 10 by 20. I buy them in the 6-pack. I think it's like $12.99 or $10.99 for a 6-pack. So they're about $2 a piece. So, and then of course the Hot Wheel is Hot Wheels. So those are the products that I'm going to be using today. And like I said, I already got them mixed. So all I got to do is set the camera, and we'll get going. All right, I've got my canvas on my table here. So I'm just leveling it out, making sure it's level. And it is, because you don't want it to slide while it's drying, which has happened to me and probably happened to just about every artist, fluid acrylic artist. They probably had problems with that. I bought some leveling hands-free leveler things for this. I haven't tried them yet. I got them in the mail yesterday, or the day before, I think it was. Maybe it was Friday. I've just been busy. Well, today was a little bit more relaxing, but that was what my Sunday's for, is to relax a little bit. So I was glad to get those. I'm going to try those out. Probably not this next week. It'll probably be next week sometime before I actually get them ready and going and see if they work like they're supposed to. And so I'll talk about those in the other video when I get them set up and actually use it in the video. But it will take me having to clean off my table again, which I'm fine with. It's getting pretty messy. A lot of layers of paint. Yes, I will be going to Kansas next week. Actually, I'll be leaving next Thursday. Today is Sunday, so I'm leaving 4 days. I'm leaving. It's 12. I'm driving out there. It's a 12-hour drive from here. I think it's around 800 miles. And some of you might say, well, why aren't you flying out? Well, I am just so used to driving that trip back and forth. I couldn't tell you how many times I have actually traveled that back and forth from when I was a kid to now. It's probably 100 times or more. Yes, it does take 12 hours, but it is cheaper than flying, and I've noticed flying is faster, but a lot of times it takes me about an hour or so to get to the airport, to the Indianapolis airport. We live out east of Indianapolis, and the airport is on the very west side of Indianapolis, on the outside of Indianapolis. And so for me to get there, it's about an hour or so. Then you have to get there so many hours early, or an hour and a half early, or whatever, to get checked in and through all that. And then a lot of times there's not a straight shot to Wichita, where I would need to fly into. So you fly to Chicago or to Dallas, or maybe even Atlanta, and then you probably have a layover there. Then you fly into Wichita, and then it's still an hour and a half to 2 hour drive from Wichita to get to where I need to go. So if you factor in all that stuff, it could possibly take you just as long to fly there, actually, to drive, even though the flying time is very minimal. So that's another reason I fly, or I drive. Plus, I just like spending the time on the road. And this time I'm picking up a buddy of mine in Kansas City when I'm driving through, and he's going with me to the same place. He's going to the same place I'm going. Yes, Mike and I grew up together. We were in the same class. We graduated together, graduated high school together, went to college together. His family and my family are pretty close. I was his brother. I was actually even a little bit closer to his brother than him. And his brother was a year older than us. And his brother is the one that passed away last year. My good friend. But we're going back to where we grew up. All right. The college is there. We have an alumni weekend. And my son lives there. So all those things, alumni weekend. I did a pour to do for the donate to the college for, they have an auction every year to raise money for the college. And so I'm donating at least one painting. I might donate two, I don't know yet. I have a video of the one I did for the college on my channel if you want to watch that. And so that's what I'm doing. I need a little red, and I think I just put too much on there. More red than I wanted. Well, that might work. Alright, so I have the car ready. I'm not going to put it on now, but I do have the car here. So, yeah, we'll go right in here. As you can see right there. That blue kind of matches that aqua green. So, I think I need a little bit more of that on top, though. Up around the vehicle. All right, so there you have it. The last one I did do some kind of swirls to make kind of that paisley look, pattern look to it, but I'm not going to do that on this one. I think this one will be good enough. It's kind of psychedelic, which is kind of the 70s style. So that'll work. So we'll let this dry. We'll get it resin, place the car in it, and we'll have another great piece. All right, this one is dried. So this is a 10 by 20 canvas. I've got it taped on the back and I'm using Pro Marine resin, and I use the art resin calculator to figure out, which I already knew it, but this is how I figured it up to begin with, was that it takes 7 total ounces of resin, which is, it comes in a mix with, you do 2 equal parts hardener and epoxy. So it's 3.5 of hardener and 3.5 of epoxy. Now I actually have 14 ounces in here because I have another painting right over here that I'm going to do as well. So I'm going to pour both of these at the same time, but I'm going to pour this one first, stop my camera, we'll pause it, and then we'll get to the next one. A little bit more. And I do like these cups that have the ounces on the side, because then I can tell how many ounces I need. How many ounces you need just by pouring it, and that's nice. All right. All right. I finished the other piece first, so I've already spread all the resin out on this one, because I still had the glove on, so I got both pieces spread out so I could, because I am right-handed, and so I have the glove on my right hand, and then so I would probably burn my painting if I torched it with my left hand, leaving the glove on. So I wanted to smooth out, or get the resin spread out on both of these before I took my glove off, before I started torching it. So that's why that part's missing on this video, because I just left it running on the other video. So I just got back from Kansas today, so I'm a little tired, so if my words are messed up. I went out there for the weekend, left Thursday. Today is Monday. I left Thursday, came back today. I drove out there, so it's a 12-hour drive. So I got up at 6 a.m. this morning, 5 a.m. Kansas time, but 6 a.m. our time, and headed out. Well, a little bit before 5, I guess I did. And I headed out, and I got home at 6:10 p.m. So it took me 12 hours and 10 minutes. And I did run into, I had pretty good there wasn't much traffic. And I was surprised there wasn't as much construction. I mean, the construction that I had was just, it wasn't real long stretches. It was just like for maybe a mile here and there. But when I got into Indianapolis and was going around 465, which is the bypass around the city, at 5 p.m. in the evening, I hit almost stopped traffic. It was very slow for quite a while, so that slowed me down. I probably would have took less than 12 hours, which was my goal. Yes, I am one of those. I did have the GPS on, because it just, even though I've made this trip 100 times, I still like to have the GPS on, just because the last time I missed one exit, and I just ended up taking a different way home, because I missed an exit. It didn't throw me off, but I was like, oh. So I leave it on just to have a reminder when I need to get off on an exit. And it gives me the ETA, and it also tells me with the maps. I use the maps one, and it tells you what the speed limit is on that road. So sometimes, you know, it changes over different states and everything. So it's nice to have that. So plus, I like to beat the time that it originally told me I was going to be there. All right, so we have the car. We got all the air bubbles popped. So we got the mystery machine. So I think I'm going to put it about right here. And there we have it. So we have another mystery machine. This is my second mystery machine. And the first one sold. I did a little bit different pattern, but I think I used the same colors. Pretty sure. So if you like this video, hit the like button. Please subscribe. My next goal is 300. We're over 100 now. Thank you very much for that. And always leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this one. And I'll try to respond to you. Thanks for watching.